Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, just rock and roll.
And here we go.
I'm ready.
I left us on screen, Dean, so we could just listen to music and we look like the Sesame Street with our heads bobbing or something.
God, you got that right. I feel like it.
Hey, welcome back, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
missed you.
I'm glad to be back.
Southern Fried Racing Hour with Dave and Dean. Last week it was Dave missing Dean,
And I'm Dean.
and he's back, but great things happened while he was out. He got a new chair. He got his own camera. So I mean, like you're everything's going up for you, man.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm ready.
And we got ads running behind you. I don't know, over the course of 2 weeks, things happen. So we have a few things running in the background. And once again, we are sponsored by Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile. That's our newest affiliate, and we are super uber duper. That's not even good English, but excited about that. Make the switch today. You get a month free. You can still use your carrier: Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, You can still use your carrier. We're switching our business phone over there. Actually, we're signing up a business phone. We're slowly moving our other phones over there as we get kind of in with them and just getting used to it. You know, use that promo code cornbread. I love that cornbread, and you get a month free. And as long as you're a subscriber to Patriot Mobile, you will be helping the Southern Fried Podcast. You'll also see other ads running for Mammoth Nation, America First, baby, and W Energy Drinks and Podbean. We are live on Podbean tonight. Sometimes people in the streams don't know we're just going, hey, James, good to see you here, buddy. Sometimes, yeah, it's good to have him back. I was lost without him.
I'm glad.
And so sometimes when you see the screen flash, I'm running multiple screens, so sometimes it just the way it works together. So sorry for that, but we are running live on Rumble Studio right now. We just became a creator status with a content creator approved with Rumble. That just happened yesterday. So we're running our live hours on Rumble, but we're going out on Facebook, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Podbean, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So X. So all these are live that we're doing tonight. And for the first 30 minutes, Locals is another one to go on. Plus, personal Facebook we have the podcast Facebook, then my Facebook as well, and also my personal YouTube. So I don't know, what was that, 13 different streams or something?
Sounds like it.
It's a lot, but it's okay. So, yeah, we're excited. Got to watch all the race. We missed you, obviously, when we talked about Homestead. We'll back up and talk about that a little bit. But we're going to talk about Martinsville, and we'll get into it. So, James says, good to see the NASCAR Summer Rossville team
I
pod.
like that.
Back
There,
up.
James, I like that.
You need a hat with that, the NASCAR Czar of Rossville. I mean, I guarantee you there ain't nobody got that. Man, that's pretty cool right there. When you start getting names like that, you're moving up. You're becoming famous. I mean, you were already famous.
That's right.
Now you're really become a superstar. You know, I bow in your presence, and we couldn't do this without him. So we appreciate him. Thanks, Mom, for already giving us a like out there on Facebook. Hope you enjoy the show. Well, we're going to pull up some things, and we're going to put Dean on there again. We're going to show his profile picture there, and looking good in that all that racing gear.
Thank you.
And he didn't have we'll have to do it again. You didn't have your Chase Elliott hat on. We're going to have to get that with the hat, but it looks great there with the SFP. I like it.
Thank you.
And we get great ratings with this show, and it's all because of Dean, I'll tell you. And maybe a little bit because people like racing, but I just think it's your posse out there. It's all your fans that are coming in here. It's one of our best rated shows.
I say 50-50, me and you both.
That's nice to say. Well, they come on here to see you and then laugh at me, so it's all good. So it works.
Well, laugh at me too. I don't care.
All right. Well, let's go through a few things we talk about. Well, it was a good race. I do have some complaints. I've been nice the whole race season, but I do have a complaint that I'll get to in a minute. Nice to see Hamlin. I mean, he won there.
Oh, Lord, thanks, James.
James says, even though Chase Elliott didn't win, at least he can be taken off the milk cart.
I like that, James.
I like it. Keep bringing them comments. James is about to come over here and be on the air with us sometime. He's got game. We need to have that.
That's right.
So he wins it, and the announcers didn't get it at all. He holds up the flag against the world. They're like, okay, they totally didn't get that, the Ohio State reference. So I got to give him credit.
I do too.
He come out with something different, and you got to kind of break out of that. Plus, he did the burnout almost all the way around the track.
I saw that.
And his car caught on fire. And I want to, in the video I'm going to show, we're going to show a video in a minute. In one of the videos, I got so tickled watching the action behind him when he's doing his celebratory interview after the race with the NASCAR official and somebody in his crew. And it's obvious that the NASCAR official is not happy. It cracks me up They like they like having control, But when we show that video, I want you to pay attention to what's going on behind Hamlin as they're trying to put this fire out, and they don't like it that the NASCAR guys, the pit crew guys out there doing that. And you could tell there's just the way the guys acted. It cracks me up. But it was cool to see his kids there.
Yeah, it was.
10 years.
I know it.
10 years since he won that race.
Yeah.
I don't even seem right, man.
It don't seem right. Makes me feel old.
I feel that every day. But and he's won it like what was it, 4 times or something like that?
I think it was 4 times.
4 times, but it's been 10 years. So he's got you got all these young drivers, and Hamlin comes in there. I'll just say this about Hamlin in that race: nobody had anything for him.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Hamlin is a fireball when he wants to be.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple, 3 drivers that got up there on him, but they couldn't pass him.
No, they couldn't.
One was Bubba, but Bubba didn't do good. He kept spinning his tires out.
That's all he did.
And who was the other one? Was it Byron? Bell or Byron won?
Bell? It was Christopher Bell.
It was Bell. He couldn't get around him. And, salute to Hamlin.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he did great. So before we go through all of this, going to pop up let's watch a couple of videos of highlights, and we'll look at his interview at Martinsville, which had better attendance.
It did. It did.
It wasn't full, but I would say that racetrack was a good 75 to 80% full.
They said they had about over 1 million viewers
Yeah,
on the channel, plus internet.
that's great. And like I said, and I noticed they showed the stands more because they were fuller. They even did the above the top of the racetrack view,
Yeah.
showing the whole thing. They haven't been doing that much. But let's watch a couple of highlights here involving things from the race.
Get on that outside. You might be able to get on them. As they stack up, getting into the corner, and accordions them, and you keep the momentum on the outside.
First 3 single file. Here's the race for 4th. Toyota Chevrolet. Kyle Larson a little loose getting up off that corner. Going to drop in line behind Denny Hamlin. Here comes teammates Bowman and Elliott to lead us back to green. John Hunter Nemechek up there with Denny Hamlin, Cole Custer, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace.
Well, one thing that we've noticed so far with the way that these guys have stayed out.
Hamlin off turn 4. Cody Ware is going to manage to stay on the lead lap, and Denny Hamlin wins stage 2. Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace.
Turn him down the hill. Take the exit away, Kevin.
Yeah, and if you can do that right, you want to be the one knocking that right front down the racetrack on the 11 car if you're the 20 on the exit. But Denny's doing a great job of kind of feeding that right front tire into his door early in the corners so that he can't pin him down on the exit.
Bubba locked it up, getting into 3 and almost driving into the back of him there. That's an awesome burnout, Kev. He's there to get out of the way, get the sweep truck out of the way. He might make a lap.
They told him, don't hit the stage. You're going to need to climb up on that in a minute.
Kyle Larson did this a few years ago here, and I think he's going to make it, Kevin. That's how much tire he saved. Can he do a lap?
Not quite.
He didn't.
Not quite. Came close.
They got close. 3/4, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, I would say that too, a good 3/4. So, yeah, it was that was one of the longest. I don't remember seeing the other one, so that's the longest burnout I've ever seen. But, yeah, he threw up a lot of rubber underneath that car, and it caught on fire. And let's look at post race real quick.
I want to listen to Denny's podcast this week. This ought to be a good one. Really?
Totally didn't get that.
He was headed in such a good direction.
Everybody liked you this time. Jamie.
That's right. There's so many applause. People are happy for Denny Hamlin. What a burnout, first off. But Denny, it's been 10 years since you've been to Victory Lane here at Martinsville. How were you able to come back like that and dominate, leading more than half the race here?
You know, Chris Gale, all the engineers, the pit crew, everybody really on that wall right there, just deciding that they were going to come here with a different approach than what we've been over the last few years. And it was just amazing. The car was great.
His daughter is joining him.
It did everything I needed it to do. Just so happy to win with Chris and get 55. It's awesome.
How about Chris Gale? You had the same crew chief in Chris Gabehart for so many years, Denny. Making that transition, how have you guys been able to figure it out as quickly as you have?
Yeah, I mean, he's been, such a soldier to come in here to this 11 team and, kind of learn our style. And then over the last few weeks, just putting his final touches on it. It's really been a great mesh. Our relationship's getting better and just, really happy to get a win with him. And obviously back here in Martinsville where I spent so many years racing late models and whatnot, I love winning here.
Denny, you got out of your car and you held up that flag and it says 11 against the world. What is that all about?
Well, my buddies, my Ohio State fans that I hung out with at the end of last year, we always had the Ohio State against the world, so now it's 11 against the world.
There you go. Denny Hamlin wins at Martinsville.
Pretty cool.
It was cool.
Did you see the official behind him that came up in the truck and he got all mad that he took the fire extinguisher away from the other guy?
I saw that.
He was not happy. I thought the guy was being a little bit of a jerk, to be honest.
He really was.
I thought that was uncalled for, but he come up there all business and he got mad that guy got in there. I just thought it was funny. Sometimes I like to watch the action that's going on behind people. It just cracks me up. So that's like unfiltered stuff. So they're showing different people moving around. But I like that kind of video. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, Hamlin nobody gets the booed at the track.
I know. He's not usually the good guy, the fan favorite or nothing like that. But I do like his color scheme, though. I will say that.
Yeah, Progressive. Yeah, that's a good sponsor right there.
Good sponsor, and they haven't been with him that long, have they?
No, this is their first year with him. So
they got to be really happy.
Yes.
I remember hearing during the race that signing for them, they had to be real happy right then because
they had to be.
He dominated. I mean, he just really did. But I still got a complaint.
Okay, let's hear it. Throw it out there.
I don't know. They never said nothing else about it. But Bubba, he took out my boy. Josh Berry was leading that race early on, and He looked strong as Hamlin. And he drills his car coming out of the pit stall, and he kills the battery. Like he gets back out on the track, and Josh Berry's battery goes out, and that killed his whole race. Like he just had electrical problems after that and everything. But he just turned out into him in the pit road and just drilled his car. I was so mad.
I saw that.
You killed him.
I had to work, Martinsville, but I got highlights of it.
Yeah.
And I can say I saw it.
Yeah, he turned out and just drilled him in the car, the side of the car as he was coming out. And I was like, are you kidding me? I thought he was going to be okay, but then they said, well, the car just died. And what's up with Penske Racing running out of batteries?
God, that don't make sense up there.
How do you not have enough batteries, even if you go through a few, as big as a team as Penske is, to not have a driver have to go to the back, put it in the trailer?
I didn't understand that myself.
I have never in my life, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened before, I'm just saying I've never heard of that before.
I either. I can't get it in my head. Get my head wrapped up in this situation.
I could see if it was a one-car team, they were just racing 5 races, and they don't have a lot of money. I could see if they went through a couple, 3, maybe they would.
But Penske Racing?
But
no.
Hendrick, Richard Childress Racing, Joe Gibbs Racing, Penske, I don't understand that. how do you run out of batteries? But I would say they won't let that happen again.
No, I wouldn't.
It's crazy. Absolute crazy. Well, here's your finish, Denny Hamlin. Bell, I thought he has had something for him.
I did too.
When they got to the lap traffic, I really thought that he would find a way to get around him. But to Hamlin's credit, he cut him off at every turn, and Bell just couldn't get. And he used his tires up trying to do it, and it was just over.
With Chase was third. Hey, I'm
But
happy
your
for that.
boy, Chase
I'm
Elliott,
happy for that.
he's doing good, man.
Hey, you're doing better.
He's got something for him, I think. So
Is that James said? Where's he been?
I know. Zane Smith. Kyle Larson had another good run. Ross
did.
Chastain. Priest. Logano, again, as a good finish for him because he had been, what they say in the broadcast, he had the third worst finishes to start a season for a champion.
Yes.
Without no top tens. Well, he finally got it. But it was late.
Late.
Early
yes.
in the race, he got funneled back into the crowd. And Logano finally at the end. In fact, I didn't even know he finished that high until I seen they started calling off the results because I was so watching the first place. I didn't even notice that. So he gets back in there. Briscoe, Gillian, Blaney, McDowell, Gibbs, Reddick, once again.
Where you at?
He's not really showing. I mean, it's a good finish, but Reddick just doesn't seem to. They don't have that car dialed in.
No, they don't. They didn't have last year.
Yeah, I've expected more out of him, and it's not really happened. Ty Dillon, better finish. Zane Smith. Kyle Busch had a pretty good race.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
I know that makes you happy.
It does. Yeah.
Kyle Busch finally got back up in a decent, decent run. Austin Dillon.
Sorry, Mom. You're a Cowboys fan. I'm sorry.
Austin Dillon, Carson Hocevar, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Suarez. Nice finish. He was kind of quiet, but he finished up there nice. Byron. He's slipping.
He is.
Not sure with that. The Dinger, Busher, Nemechek. Brad Keselowski, another bad finish.
No, where's he at? I'm not seeing him all race.
Yeah, it's not a good start to the season for Keselowski. Bowman, Haley, Gregson, Ware, Herbst, and you see the rest of them. So, these at the top, they are dominating.
They are.
The Larsons, the Elliots, Bell, Hamlin. Logano could get in that group.
Yeah, I put him in it.
And I think he will. And a couple of these other young guys will be up there. But
SVG has not showed up yet.
No, has not. Then we go to the schedule. Of course, this was the Cookout 400 at Martinsville. And can you believe it's April?
I know.
Did anybody do April Fools on you today?
No, they hadn't. Not yet. It ain't over yet.
Oh. I thought about that all day. It's April Fools. I thought, I've got a class today. I'm going to show up. Nobody's going to be there. But nobody said anything about it. One of my favorite tracks,
The Darlington.
the old Darlington racetrack.
The Lady in Black.
Now that is that's a hard track to tame.
Well, it eats your tires up real quick.
Yeah. You got to watch the walls.
Yes.
It's the old Southern 500. I like Darlington. I'm a big fan. It's the Goodyear 400.
But then you got the Darlington Stripe, too, coming up.
Yeah. And then Bristol and then Talladega. These are three really good races right in a row.
But this schedule this year, when you look at it, you got all three short tracks in a row.
Yeah,
That's really unusual.
it is. I'm surprised they did it like that. But I
It
don't
makes
know.
it more exciting, I think.
But it's good. The teams, you always have to adjust, but maybe not quite as much going short track to short track. You're not, because you do different things on super speedways.
Right.
So this will be fun to watch and see how they shake out. We'll look at your standings. Byron, Larson, Elliott. Elliott's up to third.
Yeah,
He's only 33 points back. Bell, 30. It's really tight.
it is tight.
Hamlin did really well. He's up there, number 6 with a bullet. 42 back. Reddick's still hanging close.
He is hanging.
And Bubba's rising.
Yeah.
Bubba's rising. Logano, Blaney, Busher, Briscoe. So there's your top 12. And that's not a huge spread.
It ain't.
Then I just went down to 22. Chastain, Priest, McDowell, Bush. Could get in the top 15 in points. He's not that far off. The dinger. Josh Berry, look what a fall.
I know it.
They killed him. Thank you, Bubba Wallace. I'm so mad. I'm a Josh Berry fan if you haven't figured that out. The Wood brothers. And he was dominating early.
I can't fight you for that. I like Josh Berry. I like Wood brothers.
I do too, brother. John Hunter Nemechek, Stenhouse Jr., Eric Jones, and Suarez.
Where's Ryan Priest? Roche Stabia and Ryan Priest. They're right there. Should be coming up.
They should be. They're not over 100 points out. So maybe we'll see what they got. So a couple of news and notes. Goodyear officials have scheduled testing this week at Michigan. And Dean, this is about those soft tires.
Yeah.
So they always pick some drivers to be a part of that, and they get one from all the major manufacturers, one each from Toyota and Ford and Chevy. So they pull those from them, and I thought I put it up there, but I didn't. But they'll be testing that. I did not see the Saturday night race, but a controversy.
Oh yes.
I saw the video. The end of that race, they're waiting for NASCAR to see how if they give penalties and stuff out because of, as they say, Sammy Smith knocking out Taylor Gray for the lead in the final turn.
He did.
Both of them wrecked out. Austin Hill slipped by for the win. So they say there's they need to see NASCAR react for two reasons. How and if the league penalizes Smith can indicate how it would be similar if it happens in the Cup Series. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
And any penalties will send a message to up-and-coming drivers on what NASCAR considers out of bounds. I don't know. You think they'll give a penalty here?
I think they should penalize not Tanner Gray, but Sammy Smith for it.
Yes. Because it definitely influenced the win.
It did.
Even though Smith didn't get it. Seems to me that would be out of bounds.
But Tanner Gray was going for it. He was up front.
Yeah.
And there's been some controversy over that already on the radio.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get to see it, but I did watch video of it. But that was really the controversy from the weekend. Was
the highlight for Saturday.
Was that. So let's check some chats, and then we'll run a quick commercial. And let's see here. Seems like some of the veterans are hitting their strides. A little too early to hit the panic button. But Kyle Busch's team still seem to be searching for answers for a better finish. Very sound reasoning, and you're exactly right. And then, Mom, she heard you. She heard you. Mom. I'm about to watch my mouth. I didn't know she was a Kyle Busch fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he needs a top 5 finish soon. There's no doubt.
Yes, he does.
So we'll come back. We'll get Dean's news and notes, and we'll go through that, and we'll talk about the next race and whatever else we want to talk about. Thanks for watching the Southern Fried Race Hour with Dave and Dean. And as we say, we'll be right back. So hang with us.
Yes, Robert and Dave, y'all.
Southern Fried Podcast fans, this is Dave in the AM. I want to tell you about our store. We've been promoting it a little bit. We wanted to promote it a little bit more and let you know we've been adding some designs to it, and we're continuing to do that. Right now, there's a summer sale going on. You're going to see here in just a second what kind of discounts you can get. They're pretty amazing. Our old store became cumbersome, and it was not easily updated, and we have since went to a new store, and the old one is still there, and if you decide to shop there, that's fine. But this is our new store, and it is so easy for us to manage. And we want to thank the folks at Threadless for that. So on the screen right now, you see some shirts, some of the different designs. One of our newest one is the Georgia outline, the red one. We really like that. You see some of our classic designs. You see some here that you may not have seen before. And again, we're designing and adding to just about every week. You see hats. There is just about anything in there. And we're trying to add more products all the time, as well as those new designs. So go shop at the Southern Fried Podcast store, and you'll be able to get some of these things too. Here's the QR code for that. You can see at the top of the page, 40% off right now. These are amazing prices going on. The store is very affordable. Me and Rob wanted as best the prices as we could get. And this is the place that we found to be able to do it. And there's the address. You can copy that out or use the QR code. We thank you for your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and watching the shows and supporting us, and know how much you enjoy it. You mean a lot to us. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Hey, Southern Fried fans and your Cornbread Nation. Well, yeah, that's right. We're going to advertise for Mammoth Nation. To all proud Americans, we call attention to these thoughts. Are you tired of woke corporations that don't align with your values? I know we are. Look no further than Mammoth Nation, the ultimate destination for patriots like you and me and Rob and everybody else, including old crazy Uncle Jeb, who believe in putting America first. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we're proud to partner with Mammoth Nation because they share our unwavering commitment to faith, family, and yes, freedom. Just like us, Mammoth Nation believes in the power of the American spirit and the importance of preserving our great nation's heritage. When you join Mammoth Nation, you're not just getting access to amazing discounts on products and services. You're becoming a part of a community that stands against the forces trying to tear our country apart. From supporting veterans and first responders to promoting Christian values, Mammoth Nation is the go-to platform for conservatives who want to make their voices heard. So what are you waiting for? Join the Mammoth Nation movement today and start enjoying exclusive deals from businesses that share your America First values. Together, we can make America great again, one purchase at a time. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support a company that truly cares about our nation's future. Sign up for Mammoth Nation now and experience the difference of a community that puts America first. Use that QR code on the screen, folks, and that will take you right to the website where we also will be helped in your support of these values. We are customers of this great American company. Rob is a monthly supporter, and I am a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. We're so appreciative of companies like this. Please be a supporter, not just for us, but for America. These companies need our support. We're patriots. Stand together with patriots. Take care, and God bless.
Got me under pressure. She got me under pressure. She likes the ideas. She don't like Pablo. She find out the man.
And we're back.
We're
Thanks
back.
for hanging with us. And you better be on your best behavior. Mom's watching.
That's right.
You've already had a crack about Kyle Busch, so
I'm going to get in trouble when I get home.
I know. No, we appreciate Mom. We thank you for
Yeah,
watching and everybody
Thank
out
you,
there.
Mom.
Yeah, you better say that. All right, Dean's got some notes, and we're going to go back to Homestead. He's going to talk about a few things at Homestead. We'll come up to Martinsville, then we'll look into next week, Darlington, and make some predictions.
Okay. Bowman got the pole for Homestead. That was a good race.
Yes.
Josh Berry got second in the Saturday race at Homestead.
I like what they're doing. Josh Berry's, he really put some stuff together. Of course, they're on the Penske power plant, as you say.
I backed that up. Josh Berry got second Sunday at Homestead, not Saturday, second.
Yeah, I like him, man. I like what he's doing. He had a win, got second. Bubba took him out, man.
I know it.
I'm still
Calm down now.
I'm still going to complain, man. Makes me mad.
Kyle Larson won the truck race for that Friday night.
Kyle Larson was smoked it all weekend.
He was.
I mean, man, this guy's just tearing it up.
I thought he got pulled it off. I thought he was going to sweep this weekend, but
I know. I really did too. He just didn't quite. He said the car was. He just couldn't quite get it dialed in. It was a little loose, a little tight, and he got a little too loose. But you can't argue that he had a great race. So Kyle Larson's on the march.
this is going to be coming up. Carl Edwards would be in a announcer's booth at Coca-Cola 600.
Oh, I like that. I hadn't heard from Carl in a while. I liked him as a driver. Good guy. So in the booth at the 600. Is anybody going to do the 2 races this year? Or is anybody going to try to do the
I think Howard Larson's going to try it again.
I think that's what I heard. I think he is. That's a hard thing to do. You got to do the one race, helicopter over to the other, and get in the car and get going. That's a lot of miles.
I hope he does it. I want to see him do it.
I do too. I think he's the guy that I think could handle it better than somehow.
Now imagine if he won both races.
That would be wild. That would be legendary.
Yes.
If he did that.
Yeah, as you know, Progressive is on Denny's car this year.
Yeah.
Not the whole season, but 18 races.
And I actually am a Progressive customer.
I
had another. Well, I still have, which we get a discount through our company for Geico. But when I bought my truck, honestly, they had the better rate. So, Progressive, baby.
Justin Allgaier won the race Saturday night at Homestead.
Okay.
Justin's a good driver.
He is. I like him.
He's coming up in the bank, in the banks. Carl Larson, as you say, trying to get that sweep. Give him a broom if he tries it again.
He might do it next time.
Ron Blaney blows an engine. 60 laps to go.
Yeah, he did. And that's the second engine that they have blown, and they've got to figure that out. I know they push them to the limit, but why is that? Why are they blowing up motors? And they've got to get that figured out. So,
I mean, Ron Blaney at that time, 3 DNFs and 6 races. That ain't right with Pete.
No, that's not, and they'll get it straightened out. But yeah, just DNFs are killers for your point. You got to race. You got to be on. You got to stay out there.
If you come to DNFs now, you may have enough points in the stage racing to get out of that hole. But if you don't have enough points, you don't have enough safety there.
Yeah, he's going to have to do it quick. I mean, the season keeps clicking along, and you just can't afford to have that kind of loss, So we'll see.
That's why these stage points helps you out a whole lot.
Yeah, it adds an element to it. I don't know that I'm a big fan of the stage, but it does. Some drivers stay out to get those points, but then they're cost. When the race starts back, they usually get eaten alive, but they are getting some points, and so it does add an element to the chess match that is a NASCAR race. So
well, I'm 50-50 on the stage. If 50% of me likes it, 50% of me don't.
I'd say I'm probably about the same, to be honest. I don't hate it, but I'm not a huge fan. It's like it's okay. Because what I hate is they do the stage stop, and then they start back in 2 laps. They got a caution, and it just seems like dead time to me.
It does.
I just like to see them keep going.
I do too.
But I get it. And for safety, probably good to do that, just to be honest.
I like butcher back up again.
Yeah.
Good butcher back up.
That's true, too. That's another thing. And as we see, Bubba is not good at starting back.
No, he ain't.
He smokes the tires, and he cost himself a chance for the lead.
Oh, yes.
I call that still maybe a little bit of inexperience. Even though he's raced for a while, he's not good at that.
He ain't.
He smokes them. He spins them out. And he always gets caught just a little bit back, and he can't get around. On that first turn or by the second turn, he's getting in line. He just can't do it.
It just hurts himself when he does that.
He hurts himself.
Be patient.
It's his weakness.
It is. Every
Yeah.
driver's got weakness, and it's his weakness.
That's his weakness. That, and he used to criticize his team.
Right.
But he's gotten over that. I'll give
Yeah.
him credit. He used to bash his team, throw him under the bus, but he's better.
He does. I've heard it. I've heard it all last year. Now this year he's getting some better.
Yeah.
Never on to Martinsville Speedway this Sunday.
Yeah. And I like
No.
that. I'm not a huge fan of Martinsville, but that was a pretty good race,
Yeah, it was.
Pretty good race.
Daniel Suarez won his first truck race. Not Suarez, Daniel Henry.
Okay.
I can't read my writing.
No, it's okay. I'm the same way. I need to watch a truck race. I haven't watched one in a while, and I really liked when they brought the trucks into racing. I just haven't had the time to watch. I need to watch one. Are
Very
they
interesting.
are they staying at the same tracks, or do they break that up?
They're most of the time they're the same track.
Okay,
Most of the time.
but there are times the truck race is somewhere else.
Yes.
When-
yes.
Okay.
Xfinity the same way.
Yeah. I like the trucks though. That's
I do
cool.
too.
I think it adds an element. I like
Oh, it does.
And you got to give them credit. I mean, with the high cost of keeping teams out there, that they've been able to keep the trucks because they're not going to lose Xfinity.
No.
I give them credit for keeping the trucks relevant because it is tough to get sponsorship nowadays. I mean, very tough. And so I give them a lot of credit.
I do too. The trucks is very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the cars every week. Now let's see the trucks.
I like it. I like it. What else you got?
Okay. As you know, Martinsville is the paperclip.
Yeah.
And it's very narrow. The straightaway's the long straight, but then you got the paperclip turns at both sides.
I think, what is it, 4 or 5 gear shifts in one lap or something like that?
I think it is.
Yeah, so a lot of shifting, braking, so, hard on tires, a lot of bumping and grinding. We saw that those clips we showed. It got a little rough there a few times. It's a little spin outs, a lot of rubber on the track.
Yes.
By the end of the race, there was a lot of rubber. You had to really stay in your lanes to if you got up in that rubber, you're going to spin out. So
I think of this Sunday at Darlington, it's going to be rubberized.
It will be. Rubber. Yeah, that's a tough track. The track too tough to tame.
Yeah.
So that's a tough track.
But she's a lady in black.
That's right. And there will be wrecks at Darlington.
Oh, yeah.
There's always wrecks, big wrecks. Not being a super speedway, there's always wrecks, though, at that. That's
Yes.
a tough track. Narrow, too, those turns. And it's like I said, it's just it's a rough track. So you're going to see a lot of busted up cars.
Yeah. And busted up feelings, too.
Let's look at James's thing here. Quote, NASCAR seems to have the most cut and dry Mount Rushmore than any other sport. It has to be the King, Richard Petty. Yes.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt.
Yes.
Jeff Gordon. Yes.
Yes.
And Jimmy Johnson.
I like that.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
I wouldn't either.
Because although I think a lot of the great Bobby Allison and there's a couple other drivers, Cale Yarborough, if you go way back, and even some others, you can't argue with this because the number of wins and the number of championships, and there is nobody that can match that.
No.
Nobody.
No,
So
no.
that's a good Mount Rushmore.
I like that.
I do like that. And I was a Petty fan growing up. Wasn't an Earnhardt fan. I was never a Gordon fan because I'm not a Chevy fan, but I do respect his and Earnhardt's ability. And Jimmy Johnson, man, he just Mr. Consistency, man. He just got up there and kept winning.
Yeah, he did.
And so legends, Hall
Yes.
of Famers all, and legends. And unfortunately, Dale's not here with us, but they're still there. And I like to see Gordon's involved.
I do too.
General manager there and up in the box, as they
Yes.
say.
Yes.
And he looks good in that role. I gotta
does.
say, he looks good in that role, and they've been pretty successful. So.
But now you got Jimmy Johnson and Richard Petty owning their car together.
Yeah. I would like to see before Petty passes from the scene. It happens to everybody. I would like to see him have a lot of success as
I do too.
a car owner, part owner, whatever. That Petty Enterprises went through a hard time.
Yeah, I know.
And it just never seemed to get it put together. Some people said they never spent the money. Some people said they just, they had in their back pocket for so many years STP.
Yeah.
And then finally that ended, and I think they never got over Adam Petty dying.
They didn't.
I really believe that.
Yes.
That team was still very relevant, and he was super talented and was on his way up.
He was.
And I think he would have done really well. And I don't know. To me, it took the heart out of the team.
When Adam died, Kyle Petty just lost the fire.
He did. And you know what? I understand. Not that I understand it because I'm not lost a child, but I understand that how that could just suck the energy out of you. Because a lot of these people, they were into it because their dads were in it or their grandfathers. It's a family. It's a lot of family involved in NASCAR.
Yes.
They grow up. I mean, they're little kids learning how to turn a wrench and, put a tire on and sweep the shop or whatever. And, it's that next generation. And when you have something like that happen, it just sucks the energy out of the team. And that hurt.
And Dale Senior, you can't. X him off that list.
That killed NASCAR for several years. It was just never the same. I do like that, because his replacement's up in the booth.
Yes.
Kevin Harvick, and he talks a little bit about that. And I was never a Harvick fan, but I have to say I give him a lot of credit and respect because how do you replace a legend?
You can't.
And he did really well, to be honest. He did really well.
He did.
And I thought it was funny when they were talking about when they won at that track. Of course, the other, who was it? McMurray? McMurray won. They talked about his boy running to him, and he said it was a tear moment. And Kevin Harvick says, well, I didn't have that memory. They were booing me.
Yeah, they were.
So,
because the Sunday after Dale got killed, the next race, Atlanta, who won it? Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. And it was just tough. We a lot of people that will watch this show will remember. I mean, I worked with a guy who was a huge Earnhardt fan, and he was devastated when that happened. I've mentioned it before. And he kind of lost the desire to even watch racing for a long time. I don't know if he's connected now or not, but I'd say that happened to a lot of people that they just quit watching when that happened.
Well, the sport hadn't really come back. It's still
not to that level, and it may never.
It won't never come back.
To be honest, I think they've done a lot of things to bring energy to it. It is exciting to see all the young drivers that are coming up. They're marketable, and that's going to bring more fans. I think as you have African American, you have females, and you have these different people, it's going to bring a whole new generation of fans. It takes a long time to build that, though, and there's a lot of competition nowadays. The young people are, it's hard for them to watch something for 3.5 hours.
And you got to have the sponsorship behind it too.
Yeah. So overall, NASCAR I think is doing a really good job. They've weathered it. They've kept interest, even during COVID, which was not easy.
It was.
To do that, the virtual driving and all that, which was not a good time for Larson, but he recovered. He's doing good. And so, I give him credit. Like I said last week, I'll say it again. I think they've done a good job. And the racing still, even though I was mad about Josh Berry, the racing has still been very competitive.
It has.
Quite a few lead changes. Overall, most of the drivers have played nice. That will change.
Oh, yes, it will.
It's coming.
Oh, yes.
And I think it's going to be either Bristol or Talladega where it's going to break bad. There's going to be, and thank you for that. We're fixing to do our picks. I think Bristol, just because it's bump and grind there, but Talladega may be the race where the niceness wears off.
It will.
And some people get dumped in the bumper and spin outs and big wrecks. I just got a feeling. It's just, you got that gut feeling that the niceness is fixing to wear off.
Exactly.
There was a little bit of it in this race, the whole back and forth.
Yes.
One guy bumped the other guy and he came up there and they were a little bit of displeasure. Waited on him to go by or sped up around him, cut him off is what he did.
Yes, he did.
And I forget the two drivers that was involved in that. But I thought, here we go. There's going to be a little bit of fighting going on here. But there wasn't any fight, and they just moved on.
Wait till the weather gets hot. Then
you'll
see some tempers flaring.
I know. Well, James says he thinks Joey Logano will win this weekend.
That's a good pick.
I think it's a good pick. I don't agree with it.
I don't
Nothing
either.
against James. It's a good pick.
I like that.
I don't think Logano is going to win that race.
I don't see that in my cards here.
No, and I'll tell you the reason why. They're still making mistakes.
Yeah.
And until they clean all that up, I just don't think they're getting. This race was the same way, and I just think they're not quite there. There's just that little bit. That little bit is what keeps you from winning,
Right.
and they'll get it. They'll get it, but I think there's a lot of pressure on that team right now. But a good finish,
It was a good finish.
pressure relaxes a little bit, and they'll get it together. I don't think this is the race to do that.
No.
This is a tough race. So who you got? Who you think's going to win the Darlington, the Lady in Black?
I want to say Chase. I want to say my heart Chase, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
It's really hard to pick
It
against
is.
Larson on this race. Really hard.
Right.
I'm going to shock you, Dean. I think Chase wins this race. I do. Sorry, Mom, it's not Kyle Busch. Hello, Miss Jenneth. We're glad to have you in here. How you doing? Thanks for being in the chat, watching the show. I'm going to do it. I'm saying Chase Elliott wins this race. I think they're coming on. I think the team is
Yes.
putting things together. A little bit of mistake, but I think you better watch that car.
I want to say in my heart.
But you
Yes.
can't say it.
There's something on the inside tugging me in a different direction.
Let's go, Chase.
Hey, what am I doing?
I'm going Chase.
I may have to go that way too. I may have to.
Who did you originally have? Because I think he's changing his pick.
I want to say Reddick. Tyler Reddick.
Oh, come on, Dean.
I know.
No,
But
no. Come on, man.
that's how I'm leaning, but I want to. I want to get under Chase bandwagon, but I'm.
You know who my number 2 pick will be here?
Who's that?
I hate to say it. It hurts my heart. Bubba. He showed me he's been consistent. Another one that little bit off, but I think it's Chase. But Bubba's number 2.
Chase is my number 2. I got to go with Reddick and have Chase my number 2.
Reddick, Chase. I'll go a third one. I'm going to go back because I think they're dialed in so much. This race they were just slightly off. I'm going to go Larson third. And I think you're right, James. If top 3 for sure. I'm just going to put him in there. I think they're ready. I think they're hungry. Logano's going to finish good again, though. I would say that. And I think Dean scratched out Bubba's name.
No comment, James.
I see what I got. I'll go Chase, Bubba, Larson. You got Reddick, Chase. Who's your third?
And so many drivers out there, good drivers.
It could be a surprise pick because I think there might be a big wreck in it.
I gotta say Joey.
Who?
Joey.
Okay.
I gotta go with that direction.
And if Mom's still listening, where does Kyle Busch finish?
In a top 20.
Top 20. You better be
Sorry,
nice.
Mom.
You better be nice. So James says Logano and then Chase. Who's your third, James? Who's your third? No. He won't be last. Ouch. He's not going to be last. Come on. James says Logano, Chase, Kyle, top 3. That's not bad.
That ain't bad. That's a good pick.
I wouldn't argue much against that.
No.
I would not. Sorry. You don't have to be sorry. I love it. Bring it. I love it. It's Dean's mom's the Kyle Busch fan. We're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, we are.
You're feeding the fire right here.
Yes, I am.
That's pretty good. All right. What about a surprise pick out of nowhere? Wins this race too tough to tame. Somebody you think that could win it that's not been mentioned. Not one yet. A real out-of-the-box surprise pick.
Eric
would it be?
Jones.
Eric Jones?
Yes.
I will go Reddick because you're right. The talent's there. The car's there. I don't think it's going to be this race, but I'll pick Reddick for my surprise out-of-the-box pick. You said Eric Jones. James, do you got somebody that you think could just come out of nowhere and win this thing?
Come on, Mom.
And I don't know that Reddick would be out of nowhere because he's supposed to be there, I think.
Come on, Mom. Step up to the plate here, Mom. I'm stuck in the fire here.
I know. You better be careful. You gotta go home. But that's what I see. I think this race is going to be brutal.
It is. It is.
There's going to be a lot of cars that are not going to finish this race.
No, they ain't.
It's going to be a couple of big wrecks, maybe 3, and the tempers are going to get up a little bit.
I say 3 wrecks, 3 big wrecks.
I ride with you on that. I think it is not a bad pick, dude. Not a bad pick, and you're right. If they can find a motor, because right now they're smoking up the track, pouring oil on it. I mean, he was having a pretty good run.
He was.
And then boom.
I mean, you got 3 races out of 6 races. Blaney in DNF.
Yeah, he's better than that. That's unfortunate for them.
That's not championship material there.
I think they'll bring it back around, but that's rough. You've blown motors like that. So yeah, and I think it'd be a good race, brutal race though. I think this was going to be the most cars that we've had so far that not to finish, which is amazing thinking of Daytona.
It will be.
I do think that's my opinion. Darlington is a rough racetrack.
Oh yes.
It beats you to death. It's a grueling race. It's very different than any other racetrack in a lot of ways. And
well, Bristol's that way too.
Bristol's that way too. It's just that there's something about that track, man. That wall is brutal at Darlington. It is absolutely brutal. And we'll try to get some more video of that, and we'll see what else we can get on there. And really play it up, but and I think that was a different race time, wasn't it? Wasn't it? I didn't look at the time. I think that race time is a little different for next week, for Sunday.
I think it is.
I want to say it bumped up to 2, but I could be wrong.
I think it's 2 o'clock.
I think it's 2 o'clock. So check your race times. Get your questions together, and Dean's going to be making notes.
Oh yes.
And he can't miss no more now. He's already missed once. That's it. No more.
That's it.
Just kidding. And send us your emails if you got questions, and we'll make sure Dean answers them.
I'll try to.
Fan mail for Dean. So email them and send them to Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com. Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com, and we'll do fan mail for Dean. So
yes.
He would enjoy that.
Oh yeah.
And
pick my brain, folks.
Pick his brain. And we're going to add some more surprises as we go along. Good evening, South Osman and Podbean. We appreciate you coming in from across the sea. And for everybody that's out there, we appreciate you. This is the Southern Fried Race Hour. And Dean, any closing thoughts? What do you think thus far in the NASCAR circuit?
Well, we got one little surprise coming up in June. NASCAR's going to Mexico City.
They are, and I don't know much about that track.
Nobody does. So
we'll have to do a little research about that. Uh oh. You know what? If that happens, we're gonna get you a prize.
No win. Number 5, we win. No, look out. No, number 5, we win. Mom.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you. I love it. Oh, how did your mom get to be a Kyle Busch fan? I got to know this.
I don't know how she.
How did you let that happen? Come on.
I don't know what happened.
It's supposed to be the mom talking you off the cliff going, you can't be a Busch fan. You're a good boy. You can't do that.
I'm not.
Mom's off the chain. She likes Busch. What's going on here?
She said, look at number 5 for being Sunday. That's Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I know. But that's a good pick. It is a good pick. That's a good pick. And I think Kyle Larson might be your champion.
Again, yes.
I'm calling it.
Women.
Like those bad boys. He's calmed down a little
He
bit.
has a whole lot.
A little bit. A little bit. We love you, Mom.
Well, yeah, we do, Mom.
Root-
I do love you.
Be proud of who. Well, you better love her.
I do.
Root for whoever you like. Jenna says, I don't like him. I think we got that when you said last. I think we kind of picked up on the fact that good evening, South Oz, man. I kind of picked up on the fact that you didn't like
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, but I think Larson could be your champion.
Yeah, I'm good.
I do.
I got to go in our limb here again.
I just think that they've overcame a couple things in the beginning. The consistency's there. They will win as they showed last week. I think that could be.
I got to go in our limb and say Chase or Larson will be the champion this year.
I can see that, and I don't think it's going to be Logano.
I don't either.
I don't. I just think that they're getting. They're not going to be. They'll be top 10.
Oh yes.
But I don't think they win it.
I don't see Joey making it to Homestead.
And if I had to pick somebody else, I would probably go with Bell or I don't know. That's really tough. I think just Bell. I would go there. I don't think I'd pick another one. But
my three at Phoenix would be Bell, Chase, and Larson.
Okay.
That's a very nice race of the year. Them two right there.
I think it's. I think there's a good. I think we're on the right track, right frame of mind on this. It's a long season. A lot of things can happen. I think Josh Berry will do good next week. That seems like the kind of track that he would do good. Last question I got is Keselowski going to get straightened out?
No.
You think he's ever going to be back at top level?
No.
Again?
No.
Dean says no.
Because he's been with RFK.
Yeah.
He's not done nothing. I think he'll hang it up.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Not first pick.
No.
Not first pick.
No. I would agree. I think you're right on that. I don't see it. There's some drivers out there that need to pick it up. They've not started off very well.
No, they haven't.
And the pressure's going to be on. Not that they'll be fired, but as you don't want to get behind way early in the season, and you can't catch up. And that's really hard when you go in the off season. Sponsors are looking at, they're looking at that. And I really wonder if a couple of them might not be in trouble that should by now have already shown a little more than they have.
You're
and
right.
I think John Hunter Nemechek might be one of those.
Oh, yes.
I just think he should be showing more, and I don't think that he is. The Dillon boys have got to step it up.
I'm very disappointed in Austin.
Yeah, they've not shown it very much at all. So the rich get richer,
and the poor get poorer.
The poor get poorer. Hendrick Motorsports is stroking right now.
Yes.
And the Penske boys are doing good.
Yes.
Joe Gibbs boys are doing good. So we'll see. It's going to be hard to beat Hendrick.
Yeah.
Those cars are very consistent. At one time, they were in the race. They were 3rd and 4th, and I think 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
That's how consistent they were running in the race, and that's going to be hard to beat. So, is Gibbs a 3-car team or 4?
4.
They're 4. Who's the 4th driver? I can't remember who they are.
Gibbs, you got Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin. Now you'll pick my brain.
Yeah, that's okay. I can't remember the 3rd driver, but I didn't know they had a 4th.
Yeah.
I went blank.
My dear too.
It's okay. It's okay for us to do that. It's all right. That's where people in the chat come in and say, "Hey, this is who it is."
Right.
They're my best memorizer in the world is the people in the chat. So
that's it.
If they don't tell us now, they'll tell us later.
The first 2 I can think of that's very important is Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin.
You think that Hamlin, the cagey veteran, who really did, I mean, he had a great race. You think he could be an outside threat to the championship?
No.
You don't?
No. I'm afraid he won't be.
I'm not so sure.
I
I don't think he'll win, but I think he's gonna have a good season. I do. I'm not a fan, but I think he's. This was a big win for that team, and I think he showed me something. Now he got to prove it on super speedways and stuff, but maybe.
Chase Briscoe, he's with Joe Gibbs.
Okay. Yeah, Briscoe. Who's Zane Smith drive for? I don't remember. I can't remember.
He's one of the lower teams.
Lower teams.
Yes.
Well, we'll get that all worked out. We need to look up by team. We'll try to have that next week.
Yes.
And put all the teams up and say, NC Native, I love you, man. Whatever happened to Alan Cool Wiki?
Oh, okay. Well, as you know, Hooters got out of it.
Yeah.
Hooters ain't racing no more.
That's true. That's true. You go back and you look at those iconic sponsors, and it's weird not to see some of them there.
You're right.
It really is. Of course, I'm old enough. James.
Get up, James.
Hamlin, Briscoe, Bell. There it is.
Ty Gibbs. Okay.
Okay, it was Gibbs.
That's what
I couldn't think of.
I wasn't thinking of Ty Gibbs because he ain't done nothing.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, James.
I told you they're awesome. How many remember? I mean, it has changed so much over the years. But you had the cigarette sponsors at one time way back, the Marlboro 500.
Marlboro.
The beer sponsors, the
Budweiser.
Yeah, Busch, Coors. It's changed a lot, and now you got these odd ones. It's kind of odd to me. I mean, like what's that one? I'm not even sure. Would that be something if NASCAR's first tie finish involved Ty Gibbs?
That's a long shot.
Ty. We said Ty Gibbs.
That's a long shot, sir.
I like it.
I just see that happening. Ty Gibbs? No, he will make it this year.
But it would be a tie.
Yes, it may be a tie.
I just think some of those cars, like what's that one? It's dinosaur-something.com or something. What is that? Who's that sponsor?
That's Byron.
Okay.
William Byron.
Ty
Raptor.
Gibbs.
Raptor.
Yeah. Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs and Ty Dillon. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would.
They come across, it's too close to call.
Yeah.
The video doesn't show it.
Like the Dale show back in the day.
Yeah. I was thinking about something Sunday we could talk about for a minute. Everything's electronic now. Why do you need, I'm not saying anything against it. I know it's tradition, but why do you need a flag man up there? Why do you need them to wave the yellow, green, penalty flags? Why do you need that anymore?
It's like you say, tradition. It could be lights now.
Who gets that job? Who determines who gets that job?
I guess NASCAR.
Is it an official or is
Yes.
it? Okay, it is an official.
It's an official, yes.
I just wondered because, in other racing, it's all electronic and a lot of things are going that way.
Like drag racing.
Ah! Flagman is in the union. He said, just kidding. Can't be fired. I think it's tradition.
I do too.
I think it's just tradition.
Well, I mean, look at drag racing. They got lights on that
They do.
flagpole.
They got your lot tree that comes down. And the reason I asked that is, to me, it's hard for them to see that flag wave to start. I think sometimes And I don't know, sometimes, like, I think in that race at Martinsville, it looked like Hamlin might have jumped it just slightly.
Slightly.
Not enough that he got called on it, but when I thought he smoked Bubba on that one restart, but Bubba did pretty good, but Hamlin got a little better jump. What determines that? I mean, is it when he goes up to wave the flag, or at what point can you do that?
You got a space between the flagman, and the restarting. You got a space there. You cannot get above the leader.
I know, but it's to me it's a little bit it's weird. I don't know. I like it, NC. I'll use my light tree at Christmas.
We do too.
Do you like the drag racing?
I can't get into it.
I actually watched a little bit this weekend. There was a race on, and I'm trying to think. You know who was in that? It was an old NASCAR race driver. Tony. I didn't know he was doing that.
Yes.
I did not know that because I don't pay attention to it. I don't think he won.
No, but he got a car out there. Him and his wife does.
I just didn't know that.
Yeah.
I went, Tony Stewart. NC, that would be a big no.
No. Absolutely not. No.
That's absolute no-go.
No.
I have been forced to watch the commercials for it.
I have to.
For shows that I like to watch.
Yes.
that advertised on. And I got to tell you, the commercials made me not want to watch it even more.
Me either.
Oh, so hey, folks, it's been good to be in here.
Yes,
it's fun at the end just to chit chat with you. Thank you for your support and telling us that. I don't know if I'll be back in with a show tonight, possibly, but I'm supposed to be on Killer Carl's show tonight, and I think he goes up here soon, and so I may be on his show. I'm gonna have to check to see his. I don't know if it's 7:30 or 8:30, one of those, and we'll be up with him tonight. It's an honor to be there. So, Dean, glad to have you back, man.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and if Chase wins Sunday, I'm getting me a Chase hat, even though I'm not a Chase fan, for calling it.
There you go.
And if Kyle Busch wins, Dean's got to get a hat. Kyle Busch. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'll wear it. I'm game.
If Kyle Busch wins, we got to get Mom a prize. We got to get her a prize.
That's right.
If that was to happen, Mom gets a prize.
That's right.
We'll figure it out. From the Southern Fried Podcast, Dave and Dean on the Southern Fried Race Hour. Book it down. If he wins Sunday's race, you get a prize.
That's right.
We'll get something Mom approved.
That's right. All right.
I saw a middle-aged woman driving a car the other day. I noticed she had a bumper sticker that said, "I'd rather be shoe shopping." In my mind, I thought you don't need a bumper sticker to tell me that. That's the way the world is.
Right.
It's the social media world. They got to tell you when they're going to the bathroom. They got to tell you when they're drinking their coffee. They got to tell you that they went outside and got a raindrop on their head.
More than I want to know about.
TMI, baby. It's too much information. I don't need to know all that either.
That's for the world that we live in.
And maybe we're guilty of it on podcasts a little bit, but I don't post it.
I don't want to know.
Uh-oh. Better start buying. You got it. If he wins, you got it.
That's right. You heard it right here.
That's it. We'll follow through. Absolutely.
That's right.
That'd be a big story.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be a big story.
I got my notebook here.
You know, if he won and we got you a prize, you would have to come on and receive that prize on the air, right? He's not going to say that.
No.
He's like, I'm playing. I'm not going to put you on the spot. But you're always welcome to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Moms are always.
You know what they say? Open mouth, insert foot.
You almost did.
Yeah.
I almost got you. Hey, y'all have a great day. We'll go out with some music, and thanks for watching the Southern Fried Race Hour. It's a lot of fun. We're having more and more fun with it every week.
Yes. Keep it Keep it coming.
You're right, James. The type of driver when wins still get the fight.
Yes.
He's a bad boy.
Yes, he is.
He's just not been proving it on the tracker lately. But that would be a big story.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be the story of the year right there. We'll see you next time. Salute.
Smoke on the mic, a fiery cast. Robert and Dave, they bring the blast. Deep fried truths, jokes that sting. Southern fried chaos, hear them sing. Voices loud, cutting like steel. Fast as the wind, their words reveal. Cracking stories, danger and foes. In the land of grits and rock and roll. Voices loud, cutting like steel. Fast as the wind, their words reveal. Cracking stories, danger and foes. In the land of grits and rock and roll. Southern side, take a ride. Lightning and rain's nowhere to hide. Robert and Dave, they'll electrify with the fury of a podcast high. Barrels of laughs and razor sharp fights, burning like sun on Dixie nights. Sizzling banter, scorching their foes. The bright storm rises and it grows. Thunder crashes, hearts go wild. That's when they're hypnotized, beguiled. The bite of truth, the flame of snark, lighting up the southern dark. Southern side, take a ride.